I wasn't planning on addressing this publicly, but the people who are slandering my name have also begun to attack my friends, my colleagues, and my clients. And to that end, I felt it was important to address the issue directly and share my side of the story. For those of you who don't know, my name is Raymmar, and I am not a racist. If those of you who are out there trying to paint me as a racist would take half a step back, you'd realize that I might say some dumb shit once in a while, but I'm not your enemy. If you step back for an honest assessment, you'd actually see that I'm incredibly open-minded and that I've changed my mind on a number of topics which you claim to support. You see, I used to think homosexuality was unnatural and immoral. I used to think that all abortions were essentially murder and that unadulterated capitalism was the only solution to a sustainable free market economy. I used to believe a lot of things that would be considered narrow-minded or bigoted right now. Not specifically because I was narrow-minded or bigoted, but because of my upbringing and the cultural influences in my life as I was growing up. No one was talking about these things like we are now when I was growing up, and like many others, maybe you, I was ignorant about a lot of these things. The truth is, it took a lot of soul-searching to get to the point where I could freely change my mind based on new information, and I'm always looking for better information on which to shape my beliefs. And that being said, race has never been a subject on which I've needed clarification. Some of my best friends are black, and we've even joked about making a spoof sequel video poking fun at this whole debacle. To be completely honest, if I'm guilty of anything, it's of being too comfortable with black culture to think that I could get away with using a word that is so provocative so freely. It's something that a lot of us who came up in a similar environment are probably guilty of. People who wouldn't think twice about addressing each other with that slang term for friend or confidant, but we should expect more from our public figures, and I should expect more from myself. So if I offended you with that video, then I wholeheartedly apologize for that. It was the furthest thing from my initial intentions. At the time, I was just throwing rocks to get people's attention, and if I've learned anything along the way, it's that throwing rocks is not an effective strategy, which brings me to the point at hand. Over the last 5 years, I've more than paid the price for expressing my thoughts in that video. I accept that as a consequence for my actions, but I will no longer sit silent as my character is continually attacked publicly. The work we are doing now is too important to let something like this derail it. Furthermore, I will never apologize for being provocative. Last I checked, we still live in a free country, and that freedom extends to my right to be wrong about something online and still live a productive life. In fact, you could make an argument that encouraging this type of vilification is really just a modern form of censorship, and that is a game I refuse to play. I understand the historical significance of our right to a dissenting opinion. In fact, I defend the rights of all Americans to speak freely about any subject, even if I disagree wholeheartedly with what they have to say. So I leave you with a single question. How long will we keep acting as if you and I are supposed to be mortal enemies simply because we see the world through a different lens? Imagine what we could accomplish if we actually started working with each other instead of trying to destroy each other. So you can keep screaming racist, homophobe, bigot, or whatever label you find convenient to slap me with for the day, but I will no longer look at this as a personal attack. Instead, I'll look at it as an opportunity to build a bridge. I'll continue to explore challenging ideas, and I'll double down on my efforts to teach others the things I learn along the way, because I'm no longer interested in simply making noise. I'm interested in validating my understanding of the world around me and driving meaningful change, and anyone who wants to join me is welcome along the way. So if you know any of the people who are attacking me on social media, please share this message with them and encourage them to accept my request for a private meeting. Help us build a bridge instead of encouraging us to burn each other down. Let's show the world that we're about something more than just rhetoric here in Sarasota. Because if you ask me, that's the only way towards any real progress.